All right, had to start again. Had a mess up. It's December 27th, 2018, and yeah, I really, I didn't do anything like since Friday, like before Christmas. I had to get a lot of stuff prepared. Made an awesome roast, probably the best roast I've ever tasted, and an apple pie, which was fantastic. And been eating through all those throughout the weekend. And hope everybody else's holidays have been good. But yeah, had to start working again. And I've been spending the last couple days working on this light demo. As you can see, it's not the Space Burger game. I went through a demo that Brackeys was doing. If you know him, he's like somebody Swedish or some other nationality. He's got a pleasant accent. And he had this lighting demo, and he used a Mayan temple, which was some assets that he had. And I wanted to just kind of do exactly what he had. And I bought the assets, but it doesn't come with the actual temple that he was using created. It just gives you simple assets like this thing here. I can zoom in. So I've just been spending the last 2 days placing it and kind of went, well, one day kind of building it, and then the next today kind of going through the demo. His demo is not even that old, and it. Like it's February 21st, 2018, and there's all this stuff that's changed on it, and I even wrote some notes about things too, so I've learned what to do, and so I can apply that to my game. But and had to figure some stuff out. But yeah, this actually uses real-time lighting, and if you've ever played games, you probably don't even realize this, and I don't even know how much this is even used anymore. I don't know if other engines even call it a different name, but the kind of older technique was called baked lighting. And what it was lighting it kind of figured out before you played the game or whatever, and it essentially kind of figured out what the light would look like, and then basically created a whole bunch of images and stuff what the light would look like and kind of recreate them. But it wasn't dynamic, so you couldn't have like a changing light or like affect the player or moving objects or anything like that. Well, now we can do real-time lighting. It's probably more CPU and GPU intensive, but we're able to do it now. Machines are so crazy powerful now. It's kind of ridiculous. I was reading this article that AMD and Nvidia stock may kind of plunge a little bit because they're just like, oh, nobody's like, like everything's so cheap and there's kind of a glut, and it's like, yeah, because it's like you can get like a RX 570 for like $140. So if you have like anybody out there that has like an old computer, that you could probably make a pretty good gaming PC for $500-$600, no problem. I actually have a PC. I haven't been just kind of goofing around with it. I actually have Ubuntu on it, which is a Linux distro, and I put it together for I think $350, and it plays like a lot of older games and stuff fine. Actually made for the PC, which is or Windows, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, well, anyway, with this, so I had to build the temple and put different lighting and stuff like that, and yeah, so this is what it looks in the game thing, and then if we run it, this should work too. Let's see here. Yeah, and I don't have any rotator inactivity or anything with it, and his demo, he has this object called turntable where he kind of rotates the whole thing. I think I could make it pretty easily, but I just haven't done it. But yeah, so I had to kind of learn, like these are like spotlights, these point lights, but there was a lot of like this post-processing and like kind of setting up the project to handle like real-time lights. Did I wash out the shadows? Yeah, you can see a little bit here. I had a kind of issue that the shadows weren't showing up, and I thought something was broken. So I did all this research, installed these new components and stuff. It just turned out like zoomed away, it just didn't render them. And so I had to kind of go through kind of there. But you can kind of see too. So like there's these stones that you can actually see the lighting and stuff on. I really should put like a first-person controller and stuff in this, and I just haven't done it. So you could like kind of walk around. I don't know if I'll have to put like rigid body. No, I wouldn't want to put rigid bodies, but I don't know if I need to put lighters on everything. I hope not. I can just put it in and see what it looks like. And that shouldn't be too hard. I know Unity has a pretty good first-person controller. I went through some demo, created like my own kind of first-person controller. It's like, oh, this is kind of great, and then realized that just Unity has one that pretty much does everything. So yeah, like a lot of the basic components for games and stuff, like this project and stuff already has them. It's really the imagination of the levels and things. That is one thing with this project that has been kind of almost deep thinking, where sometimes I just lose myself on the couch and thinking, it's like, what is a game? Like, what is this thing that we can put all this stuff in here, this process, these games, we can make things jump, interact with things, but it's like, doesn't make it a game, or at least make it a good game. Where I've been playing, actually I spent a little bit of the weekend playing with this one designer's stuff. I played one game of his before, and it's fantastic. There's actually, like, the crappy The Mummy that came out, like, 2017? Or was it this year? I think it was last year. There's actually a game for it, and this guy made this, like, 2D platformer for it, and it's amazing. Like, I played it 20-some hours or whatever to go through it, maybe even longer. And his name is Way Forward, and he has about, like, 4 games on Steam, and I just, like, ended up just buying them all, and I was playing one of his games over the weekend. And it's like, it's amazing. It's just some animation stuff and his character. And it has this puzzle dynamic, which I think almost The Mummy had something similar to, which was this kind of flipping brick thing. And like it has like, so these bricks that kind of flip from being able to jump on or not jump on. And then so you can kind of jump on those. And there's these other kind of bricks that are still the same thing, but they don't flip when you're standing on them. And so then it kind of creates these patterns, and there's a red version, a blue version of that. And then you can use, like, you can kill enemies by reappearing. It's kind of like bring them to the foreground, upground. And then also, too, there's another kind of brick that allows you to boost around the level. And essentially, it's really, it's a 2D platformer, but then it's also kind of a puzzle game, too. And it's just like, it's amazing. There's just so many great game designers out there. I don't know if I'm providing like what the world needs or whatever. We such crave content, which is good. So it's like people want new things, and there's a lot of opportunity there. But then there's this, like, you see some things where like people have made, and it's just like, oh, that's it. That's like, you can spend hours there. I mean, there's like some games. I'm still going back to Borderlands 2, where it's just like, oh god, like it's so good that like it's just things designed. And I've been a little bit of this process. I've been trying to, like, okay, when I play these games, like why is this addictive? Why does this thing work? And trying to figure out. And it's like, will my game be that way? I've seen, like, again, the prototypes and stuff that I've done. It seems like the people that I've allowed played it and stuff, where they seem like they do enjoy it, but it's just like you kind of don't know. And the sad thing is, like, I'm an unknown name and things, that whatever I put out is probably going to fail, which is just kind of there. But you just have to kind of keep going and maybe have some faith. Like, it's like, if I can just sell a little bit, like, hopefully that's enough to kind of keep me going. Yeah, that's another thing where I'm just like, oh, I think I'm going to have to get another day job here, which is just like, like an office, which I know most people are kind of stuck in. And it just, some people have some great jobs there that are fine and things, and it's just it just seems such soul sucking that it's, people just buying their time and stuff, and hopefully they can retire. And I was just reading the sad thing too, that like millennials and stuff don't think they're going to be able to retire. And I was reading, God, what did I forget? She was an ex-BuzzFeed writer, and she has a podcast, like Bad with Money, I think. And I was reading her. She has a book coming out. Yeah, okay, here's her book. Gabby Dunn. And I've kind of found her in the past a little pretentious or whatever, but I think it's just an interesting thing where she's just trying to figure out, it's like, okay, here's this resource, and how can I better use it, and what's it all about, and in things. And I don't know how good it's going to be or whatever, but yeah, that was just an interesting thing I was finding today there. But yeah, there's not a whole lot to show with this. That's why I'm probably a little gabby of the mouth. But hopefully I learned a lot. It's kind of sad actually kind of going through this a little bit too with this demo, that it's kind of perfected more for outside lighting. So I'm probably going to have to find a little bit of a demo that kind of maybe could help a little bit indoor. But I don't think this is going to be too bad. And it doesn't look like the shadows and stuff are too bad either. And not to say, too, the lighting, I can just take away the shadows as well. I'm always kind of worried about that. It'd be nice, too, to get the floor to show a reflection. I don't know how to do that yet. I don't know how too shiny it's need to be, but yeah, that's what I've been working on the last couple days. Till next time.